vibe all the time. Like a vibe all the time.
Hello, welcome to Good Vibes Goddess Tarot. So today we are going to do a reading on accepting change. We have 5 questions here, so we're going to look into a card to describe your energy. What's keeping you from accepting this change, and what would happen if you accept this change? Where does this where does this big change hit your inner child, and what will happen if you continue to avoid this change? Right, already have some cards picked out. Also, I'm going to use the box. So, at some point in time, the timer will go off, so I remember to do that. So I don't become like a super long video. No reason. So, first card out, just describing your energy, is Andronian. Nope, I'm just gonna skip that one. Free will and manifestation. So you're coming off like very majestic, free, like free will, like you doing whatever you want to do. She have a lot of like, like there's yin and there's yang, so you balance. That's one thing I could say. You thinking out of the box. You like very. Everyone is thinking like small. You thinking very big and like, like I said, out of the box, because we have the like the little circles here with the cube, and then it's supposed to be, the cube that Metatron holds. Who's an archangel, and he writes like the tree of life and stuff like that. So, and make sure that we all like pay off our karmic debts and stuff like that, and like whatever you don't do in this life will come over in the next life and stuff like that. So, free like karmic debt and stuff like that. You could be like free from karmic debt, paid it all off. Or you're just coming off like free and majestic and just not conforming to what anybody else want for you or have in mind for you. And then we have Wind Seer. There we go. You see clearly, clairvoyance. This card pretty much answers number. Funny enough, I was about to say it answers number 2 and 3. You see how it says 2 and then 1 and 2 equals 3. What? Oh shit! Because if this is 3, this is 4. When you start to accept this change or start to realize that it's not, it's trying to help you, not harm you. The situation like de-escalate itself. You start feeling less and less stressful, and just going with the flow and feeling more at ease. Like, of course, there gonna be some bumps in the road, but with you can see clearly, you can. I won't say like anticipate, like what's ahead, but you can pretty much be like be prepared for it. Oh, like it was a joke, but it pretty much makes sense. Like he was like people with anxiety, like we always very nervous and like thinking of the worst case scenarios, right? So like in like deadly situations, we seem to be like the most calm because it was already one of our scenarios that we already thought of, so we just know, all right, this is what I gotta do, So he's like, so if you have like anxiety or like overthinking something, try to find like a solution, like a way out of it. And if you can't really find one, ask for help. Sometimes it's the answers is like within us, and then sometimes you actually have to go ask for like help or like see if it makes sense, and like double check our work and stuff like that. Okay, my bad. Had to get my laptop charger. Another thing, right? Hold on, gotta sneeze. It went away. So all the people that's like into angelology, I guess, right? Or into the angels. You see like how hair has like the wings have eyes, and you should hold it up to you. The wings have eyes, you know? There's one of the angels. I believe it's the wheel. The thrones? I believe that's what they're called. That have eyes all over. Um and have like a giant eye in the middle. I'm using an angel card today. I'd be like amazed if it came out. But you know that could also, you know, saying that you're could be saying that you're seeking or you're receiving help from, you know, like your ancestors and you know angels. Because also I just spotted like the tree. I think I said it before, like the tree of life or the three with Metatron. But you also could be healing your family line, or you know, needing like healing your family bloodline, or like breaking generational curses all the time to, you know, get more in tune with your ancestors and learn more about your like where you came from, or you know, your aunt, like you know, spend some time with your grandmother, like find out about her mother, and you know, look at some pictures and stuff like that, because you might feel like left out or feel like, you know, the odd person out, but then this could be like some like of another family member like in a different generation that you are very similar or close to. So we also have nothing bad ever happens at school except learning. Cosmo. So, you know, like you might have realizing or like understanding like you see clearly. It might you have to, like I was saying before, you might not have been the only one in your family that was able to do that. Probably a lot of people in your family might be able to do it, but they're not saying it or talk about it. Um, because I keep looking at the tree, so could be that or that. You need to learn how to trust your intuition and the things, like trust the like the actions that somebody's like doing in front of you rather than what they're saying. So sometimes you know they be like actions speak louder than words. If they're acting a certain way, that's legit how they feel, no matter what they're saying. It might be time to learn that. You don't really learn that in school. That's just like a people skill, I guess. You just pick up randomly. And then we have the inner mechanism of my mind is an enigma. Patrick Starr. So, like I was just saying before, like you don't really learn that in school. You just pick it up by, you know, realizing like from time to time that oh, this person always say that they're gonna do this, and the third, but every time I see them, they doing the opposite. You know, you pick up and realize, you know, you see that you don't. No matter what they're saying, you see that they're you're not doing what they're saying. They're doing the opposite of what they're saying, and whereas you, whatever you say, you're doing, and that's different. And some people might not understand that, but you seeing the world in a different way than other people are seeing, which is why you're thinking out of the box or not conforming to any like body or not conforming to anybody's like way of saying that your life should be or look like. Oh, you know, what would be I was like Cosmo. He didn't care like what everybody said. Like he continued being Cosmo. Like Patrick still was Patrick, except that one time he tried to be somebody else. But other than that, like you can't be no one other but you, and you can't like we all have free will. You can't make somebody else do something or control how somebody else think or want to do. You just have to let them go in their own path and you go on your own path. And with this manifestation, you also have to manifest it like sometimes like depending on what you're manifesting, it comes very fast and comes very quick. But sometimes it takes a while to to get to you. And if you have like a lot of worry and doubt and stuff like that, it's even harder for it to get to you. It takes a lot. And if there's certain things or certain people around you that wouldn't benefit from this manifestation, it's gonna slow it down until those people are gone and left. And so you could be saying that you want this happy, successful, and peaceful life, and with money and all this other stuff, like all that is possible and it's coming to you, but it's just as of right now, if there's some things you need to learn, some people you need to meet and talk to, and um, learn lessons from, and walk away and apply those lessons, and and there's some things you will learn in the classroom, then there's some things you learn outside of the classroom, just talking to, that's why they have like art and PE and like elective. I was gonna name Mad, but my high school had weird electives, so they just an elective and stuff like that. They to see that you're smart, in this aspect, but can you apply yourself in another aspect? And then there's some people that's just like really creative, and then there's some people that's just like strictly like books and stuff like that, and that's fine. And there's some people that's just both, and it's like that's great too. And you all just have to find what works for you, what doesn't work for you, where you fit, where you don't fit in, and don't try to fit in a place. Well, try to make yourself fit or conform to a place where you don't really belong. And then we have Little Miss Shy. Then we have I Was Running, Forrest Gump. So you could be like shying or running away from something that you actually need to learn and see, because it's gonna help you on later on in like life, or help you have that sense of freedom. And oh, cause even one time, right, when Forrest, um, like when he, okay, like he was always running throughout the movie, right? But at some point in time, that's all he did was just run. He had no reason. He was sad, and he was like, you know what? I'm just gonna run across America. And then people joined him, and he met some people, and ran with some people, saw some things, so it could like, it was he was mentally blocked, and like he didn't know what was going on in his life. He was just real sad. He just knew like the best thing that he could do was just run, and he just ran and didn't stop running until he somehow returned right back to where he started, and decided that it's time to stop. No, I think it was even before that. He just decided it was time to stop running, and like to time to just turn back around, but and go back home and like face the consequences of Facebook. I forgot why he started. I knew it was he was sad. Something happened, and then he just ran, and I forgot why he stopped running. I'm gonna be honest. So, but you can't continue running forever, okay? At some point, you're gonna burn out. You gotta get water. You gotta hydrate. Gatorade. Muscle cramp. It's a lot of things that happens. So you have to like learn those lessons. Right? Once you learn those lessons, you power up. You feel all empowered, and this is kind of like a black superwoman, but you know, if you're a man, you can be a black Superman. You can. You don't have to necessarily be black. You can just be a super person. You just. It was just a card. You can be a starfish if you want to be a starfish. You could be a fairy if you want to be a fairy. You could be Forrest Gump if you want to be Forrest Gump. Because life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you. You never know what you're gonna get. He didn't know at some point in time he was just gonna like just start running across America, and he was gonna meet these people, and these people was gonna journey along with him and stuff like that. And then you know his life is just all about like a twist and turns and stuff like that. And you know he wasn't a very smart man. He didn't understand a lot of things, and like. You know, he was shy, but you know, he and misunderstood. And so sometimes the best thing he could do was run away or just until he got older and was like able to, you know, he still wasn't a very smart man, but he was, you know, more educated and more like capable to deal with the situation. He learned over time, like at that point, like when he was a kid, and you know, he was being, oh, him and Jenny was being bullied, and Jenny was like, "Run, Forrest, run!" You know, that's the only thing he could have done at that time because his legs was all messed up. Like, she was a girl, his legs messed up. They getting bullied by two people. It's just who's gonna help who? You know, that's the only thing he could do was like try to run and get help, and you know, shy away. But over time, you know, he was out here fighting, running with no problem. Even joined the football team. Um, he didn't play the football game correctly because he he continued running. But that money is it's a nice movie, but it's a funny movie. A little bit sad, but like, it's cool. So I recommend it. Either way, you know, you feel more empowered and like and believe in yourself more than where you didn't before. Right? And then we have SpongeBob feeling all flattered. You feel more like smart and educated and powerful and pretty and beautiful and free and you know, like feel like you can kick ass. Oh shit, my eye. And next card is Chin Up Princess or the Crown Slips. So keep your head up, pretty much. Don't drop your crown. That's not okay. Even Queen Elizabeth stopped. She didn't even drop her crown. Okay, she stopped wearing her crown before that thing stopped. Before that thing was even able to touch the floor. Okay, like, but she stopped wearing it because she said it was too heavy and you know she would break her neck. But it's even worse if she had dropped it. That thing is like a family heirloom. It's been passed down and passed down. If it, God forbid, if it touched the floor, it probably would break. More than break, just disintegrate. Like just. You remember that episode in SpongeBob when when something broke? It said like it's gonna be like that. It's just like damn, cause that crown is old as shit, bro. Like yo, so it could be something that was passed down. You know, it's very old. Okay, and not a lot of people are aware of it or like you know. I would say like tune it or like strengthen it in a way that you would. And or it could simply saying that, hey, there's some, generational, thing. I, they say generational, like, curse. I don't know. Okay, it could be. Either way, it could be like a generational curse. I'm gonna say that because that's how I know how to say it. You can look it up, make up your own word for yourself. It might not even be a curse, okay? It might not even be a curse. It's just something that's generational, is passed down. It could be generational karma. And it's saying that, hey, you have to be the one to heal the family bloodline. Why? Because you're strong enough and capable to do it, and we were helping you to be able to, you know, fight this battle where you don't have to run away from it. So just keep your head up. Oh. Pick your head up. Hey. Because it's going to be fine. They know it's hard. They know it's hard. Yo. I hope I sung that song correctly or used the lyrics correctly. If it's not, either way. Don't know who's singing it either. But the tarot cards here we have the King of Wands. This angel is David, God the merciful judge, with nope. Giving answers to those in doubt. Like I said before, like spirit and your ancestors is there. Let me see if we get the card in there for me. It's spirit and your ancestors is there, trying to give you the ancestors, looking over you, protecting you, trying to help you, give you the strength to heal these bloodlines, put the people in front of you that you need to learn these lessons from, or to talk to get more information from. They're trying to give you those answers and put those people that can give you those answers in your life are in front of you. So don't run away from them. Take a deep breath. And then, go talk to them. Or, I forgot what Mushu told Milan when she was going off to the training camp. And she left her sword. But, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be fearful. But, they gonna make, they gonna make a man out of you. Or like a woman out of you. It's gonna make you stronger and more empowered and believing in yourself more, and trusting yourself more, and trusting spirit, and and knowing that they have your back and they're not doing things to you, but they're doing things for you. And then we have the Empress. Oh, because the King of Wands, there we go. Because the King of Wands, I was like, I'm forgetting something. The King of Wands normally, he's very courageous and, very action oriented, go after what he wants and stuff like that. So if you want answers, he's going to get those answers and find those answers and seek those answers. But from time to time, the King of Wands doesn't always say what he means or let people know what exactly is happening. He let them know what he wants them to know. And, that's manipulating the truth a little bit. And that's not what he's looking for. That's not the answer. And if you're clairvoyant and can see very clearly, when somebody bullshitting you, and just be like, okay, next. Like, you're not gonna be bothered with someone lying to you, or you know when someone's lying, or like when they're being shy and they simply are hiding something, which is like a crush or something like that. So then we have the Empress Michael, Angel Michael, the God Father, the generous, fertility and fruitfulness, assertion, peace between married couples. But either way, the Empress, she is all four queens, and she had to learn how to be all four queens and balance all four queens to, attract and no, to be in this power and attract this and have that respect and attract certain opportunities. And like I was saying before, like Queen Elizabeth, like she didn't really have to do much, but her dad had to die, which kind of was out of nowhere. But it could be something that Nope, she really didn't do nothing. I don't really know much about what she changed in her reign, but either way, I'm gonna go to somebody else. You know, what else about like a crown and stuff like that? You know, the Empress. You. Oh, there was one Queen Elizabeth, right? Queen Elizabeth the First. She ran the whole kingdom by herself. She proved that she didn't need a man on her side to run the whole kingdom. She's just gonna run it by herself, so no one can take her power. And I think she even says like she's not gonna have any like kids and stuff like that. So like it ends with her, died with her. But then there was cousins, and that person got the throne because to that goes to a whole other history line. But either way, you have to learn how to be independent and strong and humble, and realize that you don't need anybody or anybody's validation or support and love when you're giving all that to yourself and thinking for yourself intuitively and creating projects for yourself like hobbies and stuff like that, and learning new things and having good morals and high morals, and making sure that everyone around you respect you and have good morals as well. And the Queen of Wands, she's like very action oriented, and taking action on the things that you want in life and being honest and truthful, and that's attractive. And that's all what the Empress does. And ooh, and she's very loving and caring and generous, because she also has the Queen of Cups in there that gives the full cup of love. She can give and receive the full cup of love with no problem. Next we have the Queen of Pentacles. So I was talking about like being like realizing that you don't need anybody, and being humble and caring and loving yourself, and that you don't need any, like being stable and grounded by yourself. Like that's what the Queen of Pentacles is. But I don't know this angel's name. I'm gonna be honest. I hope I don't sound crazy. But it means the eternal God, educational, hold on, lucidity, providing consult and compassion. I think I. So like we were having here before, like you finding those answers on your own, and you doing it with the good morals, like and respect. You're not trying to disrespect anybody or any like way, shape, or form. Trying to learn, like find out about your ancestors or your bloodline or your roots or where you came from and stuff like that. You just trying to, it's a part of you. You just trying to know where you came from, and your genetic makeup, pretty much. Like, why are you the way that you are? Why do you look this way? Why do you act this way? It's in your bloodline. It comes from somewhere. And external, and it's tree of life. Like I was saying before, like a generational. Like it passed down and down. It could be from like very long ago. And somebody never really paid attention to it, and now you're paying attention and bringing it to attention. And because you see here, like she kind of even look like she has like her hand over, like, hold on, like her hand over her like her mouth, like shh. So it could be like a family circuit, and you probably realize it or pick up on it, and they probably was like, oh hush, we tell you when you get older. But then it's just like by the time you got older, you already done put all the pieces together by your damn self. It doesn't even matter if they told you or not. Like, um, or like something that hold you back from like as a kid, or that, or they could be saying that's what's holding you back. Like a thought or belief from childhood is what's holding you back, and like over time, as you mature, you start to realize that certain things aren't real, aren't true, that you was told, and you have to let it go and leave it there and just walk away. Like it's gonna suck, but sometimes when I remember a lie somebody told to me and that it'll make no sense, I laugh. Like it's because so, if someone try to come in and try to tell you like what they want to tell you and it's not the full blown story, you don't really, you can like pretty much not even like conclude the whole story to yourself pretty much based off what they're saying or what they like said, realize that the story don't make any sense, you're not telling me the truth. Then okay, you go on your way, I go my way, I don't care anymore. Like I realize that you don't tell the truth, you're a liar. I don't want liars around me, you know. Exit. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is normally like overthinking and, being in a mental mind trap. Don't know this angel name either. But we have God the Protector and the Savior. And then we have truth and justice, protection from enemies who would steal one fortune. Okay, real fast before I show you this card. If you've been here for a while, you probably heard me say there was a card, like, it was a candle mishap. Okay, and then some cards was, like a little like bystanders in a way. Not even bystanders. They survived. Some cards survived, some didn't. So this is one card that didn't. So don't judge it. But yeah. Let me see if we can get the. Alright. Like I was saying before, like if there's certain, if you're manifesting something, and if you're just putting a whole bunch of negative thoughts, right on time, putting a whole bunch of negative thoughts in to your manifestation, or thinking like it would never work, it would never come, it slows it down, and you're being in this mental mind trap. You can't really think clearly about what you want and visualize or daydream about what you want. Because daydreaming also helps, bring your manifestations. Not even bring your manifestations to life, or like help you manifest, because you're like visualizing or thinking about what you want, or like picturing what you want. If you don't like it, you can just simply be like, bloop, go away. You you're doing that all on your own, and that helps you manifest and think like, all right, I want to do this, this, and this. I like this. I want that. And it helps you get out that mental mind trap. So if there's somebody trying to come in and trying to tell you like a bullshit, like a lie or something like that, you're not going to keep them around you, because you already know like they're going to lie and do nothing but to harm you. And then we also have here, protecting you from your enemies. Like, you have some lessons or some things that you might have to learn and pick up on. And then, some things could be like discernment and realizing when somebody is lying to you, and trusting your intuition and what you're seeing, and not only what you're seeing, but what you're feeling. Let me see if there's anything else. And rather than running away from the problem, actually dealing it and setting yourself free. And it's like the more you like, if it's generational, it's like a generational like debt, karmic debt, and stuff like that. And it's you that have to. The more you learn, the easier it will get. And once you think about it this way, once you heal it and you break it, your kids are fine. Unless, you marry somebody that has some karmic debt, then it's on that side, okay? They have to. It's not your family. Like, it's not your family karmic debt that child have to deal with. You know, it it changes on like a genetic DNA level and stuff like that. No other family member no longer have to deal with it. Like, oh, like in my family, I don't know. I won't say it was a curse, okay? But I feel like it was definitely a pattern. Damn near everyone. Okay, not everyone, but certain people in my family at a certain point in time, just randomly at 15, pregnant. I don't know why. I don't know why. But one of my aunts would definitely say that was a curse. But cause I mean, she was one of the people that got pregnant at 15, so she probably maybe that's why she said it was a curse. And then what? But somebody had to stop that somewhere, okay? Like, you can't be out here 15 and pregnant. Like, it's that in those times, like, it might have worked okay, but it don't work. That does not work now, okay? I mean, that does not work now. It's some things that we have to break and get with the times and realize that there's certain things that we need to work on and focus on. And once we break it, now children don't have to deal with those problems or suffer those problems anymore. So then we have side chick, side dude drama. If the camera will pick it up. Nope, it will not. Hold on, let me try it. Nope. Okay, okay, that's kind of sort of, there we go. And then we have healthy lust. Okay, well, if you thought it was love, it's just lust. I mean, ooh, the King of Wands tell you what he want to hear. He could be telling you sweet nothings, right? Could be having you. The Weekend just started playing in my ear. Let me tell you the song. Starboy. What up, yo? Healthy lust, a side chick. The Weekend is just side bitch. And he just said it. Just saying. House so empty, need a centerpiece. And if you have all this free will and you just manifesting like it's nothing, it's just, it comes so easily to you. There's some people that will try to manipulate and take advantage of that and try to keep you around and like in secret, because they whenever they want some, they can call on you, and if they ever need anything, they can call you. With this Queen of Pentacles, she's wifey material. Like, she's so nurturing, humble, business owner, financially stable and financially independent. She doesn't need anybody for anything. She can do all like by herself. And there could be some people that see all that and then want to leech off of you and then try to make it seem like it's love when it's not really love. It's lust. Just sex and passion. Fire. Might not lead to anything, flattery. That's why you could be blushing here. And we have the sword, we have the shield. You can see through people's flattery and sweet little nothings and compliments that means, or like when they overly complimenting you, seeing through that and seeing past that, be like, all right, like, what's the real problem? What you really want to say? Like, what you really here for? Rather than allowing them to come in and, you spot the red flags. You easy to see through. What I say? You spot the red flags. Like they come and be like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You're so beautiful. Oh my god!" Like you just like, "All right, thank you. I know that. What you here for? What do you want?" Like you seeing through them. You're not allowing them to affect you, slow down your manifestation, slow down your plan, or anything. You, you learned that lesson. You're not trying to like, if you have spirit here trying to help you and stuff like that, there's certain lessons that you have to learn, and then some might be hard, and you be like, all right, I'm never doing that again. And there's some lessons that they will try to tell you, or they try to give you the answers, and you try to ignore the answers, and you learn the hard way, and you be like, all right, I'm never doing that again, either the freak way. Okay, you learn something and realize that you're never doing that shit again, and it just be best to trust your intuition and trust your instincts, and realizing that keeping your wits about you, and knowing that everyone is not going to tell you the truth, but it's important to keep to tell yourself the truth, and to stand up for yourself, respect yourself. If you have that gut feeling that this person, something isn't right with this person, and it's a lie, might not come out straight out and say it's a lie, but you keep it you note it down in your mind, yeah, that's weird. Oh, it was one time I met somebody, and I wasn't fully paying attention, but it's like every time somebody talked, they magically was in a different part, where they lived, and I'm just like, who moved around that much? And then I was like, maybe, some people move around a lot, and maybe you just had, all right, okay, whatever. But by the time I said something, and they said that they would live somewhere close to where I lived, I knew it was a lie, because one, ain't that place, that the place doesn't exist on that block, okay, for one. So it's just you don't live there, so it's just if you're lying to me, how many other people, how many of all these other things that you said was a lie? And I just kept that as a no. So later on we have another conversation. It was just yeah, you're just a lie. I see through it. It's just all right, you just lie for no reason. You just you lie to strangers that you just met. This is weird, and anything that person said or did, I didn't really care, because it's just you just want attention or validation, and it's just fake, and it's phony and superficial, and just, I'm not here to stroke anybody's ego, or give you attention, or make you feel anything, or give you any validation. Yeah, you don't need to seek that. Those people that fish for compliments and stuff like that. I don't like those type of people. No, 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 no. You will see through that. You will see those people that's doing that, and those people that's going out and literally just seeking attention and doing anything to seek attention, and just be yeah, and going on your own merry way and just minding your business, and seeing through that, and you know seeing your truth, well, and moving accordingly. And then I have lost control of my life. I keep messing up. So it could be, things could be very hard right now. Like I was saying before, even though spirit is there and there's helping you, there's gonna be some bump in the roads from time to time. And, it's not gonna be easy and smooth, especially if it's generational. It's it's a lot. And it might feel it's gonna be very stressful. That's why you have, many eyes out here behind you, rooting and supporting you, and trying to help you and give you those answers, and putting the people in front of you to give you those answers that you need. And we have talking shit. So the answers are people that Probably somebody get put in giving you the answers because it could be people talking shit about you and then not coming out and telling you the truth. Like my little story that I just said. I just kept it in my mind and realized that that person just out here lying to strangers and people that he just met. And that's weird. Like, who lied? Like, why do you need to lie to a stranger? You don't know if you're gonna ever see me again. Like, why do you need to impress me? Like, that's weird. Like, you see through the phony and the superficial, and realize, like, if anybody out here trying to flatter you or butter you up or give you a whole bunch of compliments and lie to you, like that something's off, that's a big red flag, you know. And it's just best to leave that person alone and walk the hell away. And you go your own direction. And we have elegant, right? You might not say anything. Like, I didn't let that person know, like, where he's claimed that he lived. That nothing like that is on that block. I just simply was like, okay. Like, but I noted that out here lying to strangers, and that's weird. Like, and then it was even more, like, it's even weirder at the fact that who moves that much? It was just like every person that you talk to, you just magically in a new different place. Like, like, nobody moves that much. Nobody. Like, and then we have Divine Trinity, mind, body, soul, me, us, you. And then we also have the Divine Feminine, and that's, like I said, it's all for queens, but it's all like you being confident and stable and secure in yourself, you loving yourself, nurturing yourself, like giving you like, you're listening to your soul, listening to your intuition, nurturing that, strengthening that, you loving yourself, caring for yourself, and standing up for yourself and having, like, boundaries and not letting anybody cross you in any way, shape, or form. And, standing and, being empowered and standing in that divine feminine energy. And if you are a man, you can also have divine feminine energy. It's just all, like, feelings and emotions and stuff like that. The masculine is all, divine masculine is all about, like, action and moving. But you also, like, balanced and realize that feelings are important. It's not all about money and superficial, meaningful, materialistic things. Love is important. Like in Pop-Up Girls, love make the world go round. I'm tired. Oh, I tried to run from this connection, but my soul craves you. And that could be from the person that, lost control of their life and keep effing up. But if they had just came in with the truth rather than lying, then you probably wouldn't have to cut them out or just keep them to the side or push them to the side. If they had just, been truthful and came in honestly, and, because you was able to see through it anyways. Like, you knew they lied, didn't make no damn sense, or whatever they were saying didn't make any sense, and or that they wasn't telling you everything. So I'm just, because that was bothering me. That the fact that they weren't telling you everything, and if they had just simply did that, they might have, still be in your life where their soul wouldn't be having to crave you. They would be able to be around you and stuff like that, and communicate with you. And then we have emotional intelligence. So now it's Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. But with emotional intelligence, it's like the Queen of Cups. Like, she can give and receive the full cup of love, right? The whole Ace of Cups, right? And with no problem. Whereas the King of Cups, he knows how he feels and knows that he cares and the amount that he loves and cares to the person, but he's not giving or showing that. Like, I always say that he probably loves like 100%, but he gives like 20 or 10%. and he knows, like, he loves that person more than that, but that, like, his actions is not showing it, and he knows that his actions is not showing it, but his words is keeping this person around, like, on the hook. You know, if that person, like, realized that I'm giving love to a person that's not giving me the same amount of love back, it's just best for me to give myself the love that I was giving them. Quickly, that man gonna give you a whole bunch of love, but then at some point in time, it's gonna go right back down to that 20%. Whereas you, if you continue to give yourself that cup of love that you was giving him, and then give yourself even more of that love, you start to realize that you don't need this person in your life giving you this love. Well, you can just give it to yourself, and then while you out here giving love to yourself and loving on yourself, if anybody try to come in and they are not giving love or loving you to the capacity where you can love you, or like even more or something like that, like on a good healthy level, you don't want them. You're not, you want meaningful loving connections, not the lie and superficial, having to look over your back and trying to impress people for no reason. And then we have Mary. Probably was not smart to write with a pink pen on a pink paper, but either way, it says Mary. Marry. Okay? And then we also have side chick, side dude here. Like, if somebody could be trying to come in and make you a side chick, side dude. Or still in a relationship with somebody and haven't fully broken up with that person and trying to start something with you, or end up going to start something with you, and you end up being end up being a side chick or the side dude in that situation. Okay, and one time, boom, in middle school, right? The girl said they was together. He said they weren't together. So I don't really know how you can, like, if he start dating somebody, if that would be the side chick, but because he don't remember dating that person or even know who that person is. So it's just like, but you have to communicate and get down to the nitty gritty and find out the truth. But then they know if they knew, right, and they sitting here and they just not telling you the truth and not holding, like, not withholding, like, withholding information, which is still a lie. It's a lie of omission. You'll be able to see it through that and pick up on it. Like, something isn't right here. Somebody's lying. Something is off. And just be like, this is way too much. I don't want to be a part of it no more. And just walk away. Then we have, I didn't know how to comfort you. They, with the emotional intelligence, they could be trying to come in all like, oh, I left to give you space. And then it's like, okay, but at some point in time, you got, like, you supposed to come back. It's just, like, when you came back at a time where I didn't care anymore, that's not space. That's more than enough space. You gave ample amount of space for me to move on, like, release the situation, start a new project, move to something else, like, even, like, it's just, or this person come in and want you to fix their life, but you can't, because they made those choices, and they're the one that messed up their life, not you. Like, they were the one that lied to you. They chose to lie to you. Or withhold information from you, or you chose to withhold information from somebody else, which like, that can't help the situation or help in no way, shape, or form, because the whole thing is screwed. There's the truth is not being told, so then it can't be fixed correctly. It will be temporarily fixed, but then break again because the real situation wasn't addressed or fixed. Right? We have too busy winning. So they try to come in, want you to fix them and comfort them, and you're just too busy winning. You're focused on yourself. Like the Queen of Pentacles, focusing on yourself, focusing, minding your own business, which is you. Elegantly, you know? Right? And they might find that petty, because we have pettiness. Ooh, can't see it. Right? And it's not being petty. It's just like you moved on, you let it go, you released the situation. No matter what, like, it's just like if they left, right, and it was like, oh, I wanted to give you space. Okay, fine, cool. And then they come in, right, after you had nothing but space and time and opportunity to calm down, right, and then they choose to lie to you. You gonna be pissed off, bro, because it's like you wasting time. Like, it's just, you could have just stayed away. Like, I was fine with the space. I was cool with the space, you know? And, you know, you see through that. You see through the lies and realizing that you're not here to fix anybody. You're here to, you know, to love yourself and, you know, teach other people about love and to respect everybody and yourself. And but it's very important to learn how to do that for yourself first so you can then be able to do it for like other people. Like you have to be comfortable with yourself to then be comfortable with anybody else. Like with that person that out here lying to strangers, you clearly are not comfortable with yourself. Like, cause why would you need to lie to strangers? Like, you don't know me from a hole in a wall. You never know if you're gonna see me again. What is the point of lying? You know? And we have sassy. Sorry. Oh, you didn't even see. They didn't even shake that time. But um, you know, it might. Some people might feel like that's petty or that's being sassy, but it's just like, no, you seeing through the red flag. No, not even that. You seeing through the red flags. You're picking up on the red flags. You're not ignoring them. You're like realizing that you're only like you only want to attract or be around people that have green flags. Okay, like they know who they are, know what they want. They're secure in themselves and they grounded in themselves. They are not out here projecting their problems or their insecurities onto people, lying for no reason, trying to impress people for no reason. They just, you know, doing things for them. They're running their own race at their own pace. They keeping their eyes on their own paper, on their own test. They don't care about nobody else around them. They're not looking to compare themselves or, you know, looking for other people for answers. They too busy focused on what's in front of them to care what's going on with, you know, around them. And while everybody might be focusing and caring on what you're doing, you too busy caring and focusing on your own like work. And you know, sometimes it benefits you just minding your own damn business. Like, because meanwhile, they sitting here trying to look at what you're doing and focusing on you, they could have been learning something else, learning something new. Like, you know, like you was doing. But it is what it is. Some people, you know, or they try to do, or they try to learn something because you learned it. And, you know, try to outdo you. And then you still end up being on top and outdoing them. And then they get mad. It's just like, you don't, like, my mind and your mind is different. I'm manifesting it and doing it for like an actual good and like good reason, while you're doing it just to be petty or be like to show off or like, I don't know why I feel like I'm about to say flamboyant, like, which is all like showy and flashy about it, you know. It's the intention behind it, why it your manifestation will come or it won't come and stuff like that. And we have, I know I have crossed the line with you. Exactly. They came in They lied. First of all, they lied, and then trying to either not address the lie or over like try to like brush past it and make it seem like, you know, the only reason why they're coming in is because they miss you so much and feeling like that would just be okay. But it's like, no, you crossed the line, and I see through like I see through it. There's manipulation in the tactics and the lies and the games and the tricks. You're not doing anymore. You're not falling for it anymore. You have a shield. You shield to it. Like your eye. You see clearly now. You know, the rain is gone. Like, and we have smoke and mirrors. What I said, you see through the smoke. You're not doing this. You're not focusing on this on like being in a foggy room. You want to be in a room where you can see clearly, where you don't have to bump into things and like, where your vision is skewed or anything. You're in this mental mind trap because you have to sit here, connect the dots, and be like, okay, you said this 5 seconds ago, but then you just now saying this. Like, which one is true? Or like 2 weeks ago, you said this, but now you're saying this. Like, which story is true? You're no longer doing that, okay? You're not trying to. You're giving your mind a break and a rest, and the best way to do that is keeping those people that's lying and superficial and flashy and materialistic and want to, flatter and slow off and be flashy for other people. You're just letting them out your life and being to yourself and being peaceful, allowing only like certain people into your energy, like the green flags people into your energy, and leaving the rest. And then the last card we have here is, I know what I'm doing. I'm playing dumb to keep you confused. What did I just say? With that like, you're seeing through the lies and the manipulation and the bullshit, bro. Like, they gonna come in like, oh my god, I missed you so much. I haven't seen you in forever. We should catch up. And it's just like, bro, just for a reason. You haven't seen me nor talked to me for a reason. I don't have nothing to talk to you about. Like, you haven't seen me because we don't need to see each other. Like, there's nothing we need to talk about. Like, even if, oh, there's feelings here, they might end up putting you, the feeling is lust. They lusting after you. There's passion. They just want to sleep with you. And make you a side dude. Because we have married here. They could be married in a commitment to something. And making you like a side piece to it. To, whenever this not working out, to come talk to you and hang out with you and have you in secret. No. You are not no street putang. Don't let nobody treat you as such. Okay? And, like, you're nobody's meal ticket, nobody's bank account, bank card, no nothing. Like, you're a human being that deserve to be treated as such. And you want people that will treat you as such the same way as you treating. Ooh, I was quoted the Bible, and that might be a little bit offensive to people. And then we got angel cards out here. But, you're doing, like, you're treating people how you want to be treated. And that's all, like, you trying to spread positivity, somebody hit you with that negativity, you just like, boop, not today, Satan, with that shield. And going about your business. Continue being positive. But trust and believe, if somebody trying to continue hitting you with that negativity, you gonna elegantly hit them back with that negativity, with that sass, elegantly. And then they gonna come off thinking that you're being petty, but you're not being petty. You was too busy minding your business, went in, and they out here talking shit and trying to come in lying and, with smoke and mirrors to try to keep you stuck and confused in your head, and you're not doing it. You seeing through it. And then your manifestation come in because there's one less person that was slowing it down. And let's say they had like a group of people that was that they were working with, all of that gone. Think of it like, I don't know, like as gel, right? But then it's gonna be very sciencey for a minute, but stick with me, right? In certain gels, right? if you like, there's a positive and negative side, even for like your genes, like your DNA and stuff like that. It's negatively charged, right? So if you run it in a gel, depending on how long it is, it takes it a while to, go through the gel, like wiggle through the gel when you put like electricity to it, right? And if it's shorter, it gets through it real fast, right? So let's say like you have like at least 11 people, like this one person have like 11 people that he's, you know, beating off of your fortune, that one person gone, all those 11 people gone too. Like, like your manifestation gets to wiggle a little bit, more easily through the gel. And the more people you let go and release, the faster and faster it's gonna come, and the easier it will be for you. Like, but that's all that I have to say, or that I'm seeing in this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time.